In this problem, we are being asked to find the weighted mean of the percentages. So it says this: a recent survey of new Diet Cola reported the following percentage of people who liked the taste. Find the weighted mean and the percentages using Excel. We're going to look at it without using Excel, but you can use Excel as your calculator to do the calculations that I'm going to show you here. Round the percentage to 1 decimal place is needed. Okay, so in the survey, area 1, they found that 70% favored the flavor of this new Diet Cola. They found in area 2 that 20% of people favored the taste. And last but not least, in area 3, they found that 80% of the people favored the taste of the cola. Now, interestingly enough, I cannot just find the average of these three numbers to figure out the mean of the percentage of people that favored the taste. The reason being is this, that the 20% came from 3,500 people being surveyed. The 80% only came from 800, and then you have the 70% coming from 1,700. So shouldn't the 20% have a lot more weight to it than the 80%? Well, yeah, because of the number of people surveyed in each of those areas. So realistically, what we have here is this. If I add up these numbers, I find that it equals 6,000. So in other words, 6,000 people were surveyed. 1,700 of them said, of the 6,000, 1,700 of them, 70% of those 1,700 favored it at 70%. Okay, and likewise with each of these. In other words, it's almost like saying this: we need to count 70 1,700 times. We need to count 20 3,500 times, and we need to count 80 800 times. Because realistically, I have 6,000 data values, not just the 3 right here. I have 70 occurring 1,700 times, and so on and so forth, which was just listed. So how do I do that? It would literally doing 70 plus 70 plus 70 1,700 times, plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 3,500 times, plus 80 plus 80 plus 80 800 times. I would add all of those values up and divide by 6,000. That is how I would accomplish my weighted mean, except we're not going to do that. We are definitely not going to do it that way. There are other ways that we can actually accomplish this. Okay? And there's a simple formula that allows us to accomplish this fairly smoothly. Okay? And it's the weighted mean formula. Here's how it works. First thing, which we've already done, is we're going to add up the total of the weighted portion, because we're finding the weighted mean of the percentages, so which means the number surveyed is my weight. We're finding the mean here of the percentages. The weight is the number surveyed. Here is simply how it's done. Each of these rows, we simply take what we're finding the mean of, so that's 70, and we multiply it by the weighted portion, 1,700, divided by its total number surveyed. And if I do that, I end up with a 19.83. And then I simply do that with the remaining values in the column that I'm finding the mean of. So 20 times, it has a weight of 3,500 over 6,000. Notice that that fraction is going to be bigger than the 17 over 6,000. So in other words, it's going to carry a larger weight for this 20. If I do this, I end up with an 11.67. And lastly, I do my 80 times 800, so it has the smallest weight to it, over 6,000. And if I do that, it equals 10.67. So these are the weighted values of each of the areas here. Now to find my overall mean, I simply add those values together. If I add them together, I end up with a 42.17. However, it says round the percentage to one decimal place as needed. So 42.2. In other words, out of the 6,000 people that were surveyed, 42.2% of them had a favorable view of the taste. They liked the taste. So 42.2% is the weighted mean of these percentages. It takes into account the people that had 70%. That 70% of the 1,700 favored it, 20% of the 3,500 favored it, and 80% of the 800 favored it. Weighting that with the amount surveyed in each of those areas produces this as the overall average.